Hi folks, this is Jake at Canadian Cutting Edge, and today we've got a video about the Me Home filter. It is an air filter system that I have grown to like an awful lot. It's the best air filter system I've owned, and quiet, and it works very, very well. It's not cheap, it's not expensive either. I can't recall exactly what the price is right now, but I'll put it on the screen right here. And well, it's over 100, but less than 200. And it's an air filter system that works very efficiently. It works quietly, and it works very well. And it has helped me an awful lot with my sinus allergies, so that at nighttime I can breathe better and sleep better, which is the main reason I got it. It's robust enough and can do enough that it'll do a couple rooms in your house, as long as the space is open to each other. But a bedroom or a living room, it can do a great job quietly to make your life healthier and more comfortable. So here we've got the Xiaomi air purifier. This is the front of it. LED indicator light showing that it's functioning or not. All of the lights that are on here, you can have three choices of having them bright, which is what it is right now, dim, or off. And so you can have all the lights off, but the function of the fan still working, still doing its job. So if you're a person who wants this in your bedroom and you want it to be completely dark, it still works. It's running right now and you can't hear it. It can also run so fast and move so much air that it does give a little bit of noise. So, just letting you know that. Up here, you've got the lights for it. It's in automatic mode right now, so it will speed up if the air gets dirty, if it senses dirty air. And then you've got this light is on when it's on nighttime mode, and this light is on when it's on people mode. Xiaomi has got all kinds of sensors, and you can buy different sensors and have them all hooked up to your wireless system. And when you walk into a room, the sensor goes off and then the air purifier turns on. So no need in having the air purifier running while you're not in the room. So you go in the room, it turns on. You leave the room, it shuts back down. Very interesting. There's all kinds of more modes than that yet as well. At the top of the unit, we have the power button, the main power button, LED light there. And there's the fan that's spinning. Both sides are like this. You just have vents for air to go in. And there's that side as well. And at the back, we have another indicator light here. You use this button and the main button to reset it. Let's say you just can't connect to the Wi-Fi anymore, or something's gone wrong, or you get a new cell phone that you want to use the app with and you just need to reset this device. You just hold those two buttons in and it'll go to reset mode. And that's just a little access window for the sensor chips to see how dirty the air is and stuff like that. And in here is the main door. Oh, I should have turned it off first. As soon as I took the door off, it turned off. And inside the door is all the instructions that you need, basically, on how to reset it and how to clean this sensor once a month and all the different information. It even has a little Q code there so that you can get the app that you need if you don't know the name of the app. So if you lose all the paperwork and everything with the unit, you'll still have this information. So say you move home or something and you lose all of that stuff, you still have the information with you when you've got this. Inside here is the filter, and it comes out easily. There's a little tab on the filters, and that's what a filter looks like. There are three different filter choices. This is the basic filter. And then you've got another more higher quality filter that grabs even smaller particles. And then you've got another filter that even has a charcoal insert in it to help remove really bad smells. And you can get all three of those filters at GearBest as well. They're not super cheap filters because it's a very high quality setup. It works really well. But they go on flash sales every once in a while. And the filter lasts roughly 3 months. Not 2 months. It lasts roughly 3 months. It actually says right on the filter, replace filter every 3 to 6 months. That's what it is. You just push it back in and it'll click when it's in place. Put the cover back on and you just push it in. And since I had the power on before, it senses that the filter's there. And press the power button to turn it back on. I could have turned it back on using my app on the cell phone as well. This thing could be completely off. You could have it unplugged. You plug it back in. You don't turn anything on. It will connect to, have a little chip in there, and it has Bluetooth 4 or Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi, I should say, not or. Use your app, you connect to it, and you can set everything up on the app. What we're going to look at next is that app on the cell phone. So stick around for that. I'm sorry that this is how I have to do it, but I just don't have the, I can't get the software to work to record what's on my screen. The app that you see on my cell phone right now is the Mi Home app. There's a link for it in the documentation that comes with the cell phone. Otherwise, just search for Mi Home. That's M-I, new word, home, and install it. And you just click on this little plus up here to add a new device. Click on Add Device, or tap on it, I should say. And make sure that you've got your purifier all set up and turned on. And if it's turned on and running, I didn't even have to click on Scan, but you can click on Scan down here. It found the air purifier, so you tap on it. And make sure your Wi-Fi is turned on your cell phone. It'll find your Wi-Fi. And if you see other Wi-Fis and you have to use this drop down and choose it from the list, choose the one that's yours and then hit next. And it'll start looking for it, updating the connection, finding it. Now it's adding your Wi-Fi information through Bluetooth to the purifier. And you get an option of choosing what kind of space you want to label where it's in. I'm going to say bedroom. And then I click on create a shortcut on my main screen because I want to get to it easily and quickly, and click on done. There you go. It's on my list. You can see I've got other cameras and stuff, but there it's on my list and I can access it from here. And it'll open up the software that for the purifier. I can also access the software, go to my main screen. On my main home screen, it made the shortcut and it's got that symbol that looks like a fan and it's green. And I can tap on that and get to the same screen. So right now you can see that my purifier is turned off. So I hit the power button here and you probably heard the beep beep. Turned on the purifier. It turned it automatically to the auto setting. And right now it's finding 26 parts per million of debris in the air. Now it's 22. And you've got all kinds of options on here. One of the options that you might use is the sleep option. So you press sleep and it'll turn it off for nighttime so that the noise isn't bugging you. Or you can make your own settings for nighttime that it'll run at a certain speed to either bother you or not. And by default, it's turned on to run quietly. And that's what it is right now. So it's running so quiet that you can't hear the fan, and yet it is still filtering. And, it's already filtered it down to 12. That number will go up and down until it's much more stable with the air not moving around the room. The bigger the room, the longer it'll take. The smaller the room, the less time. You can click on favorites, and in here you can set whatever speed you want. It's on the fastest speed right now. So it can work in a room, it says here 34 to 37 square meters, so floor space. 34 to 37, that's a lot of square space. And so the smaller the space, the slower the fan can run to adequately filter for that space. So you can set it to that so that wherever you want that slider to be, so that whenever you hit your favorites button, that's what it goes to. Let's click on OK. Favorite modes. Okay, got it. I won't see that again. And at the top of the screen, we've got a back button that'll get out of the app. We've got a share button, so you can have this app on more than one device, and the purifier can be controlled from other devices. So let's click on that share button and see what comes up. And this is how you can share it. That's all Xiaomi software. So you probably won't use that feature very much unless you decide to use their software, but you can use WeChat, Moments, Weebio, or MeTalk. Let's go back and let's click on the 3 buttons here for the settings. And here we've got all the different settings, and there's loads of settings for this thing. You can just click on about the product, and so you can, it'll come up with, information about the purifier. I guess Bandit has found something to be upset about. Okay, and I'm going to click on back. Reset filter, of course, that's going to, when you put the new filter in, you tell the system that it's got a new filter. Schedule power on and off. So you can create a schedule, click on add, and create a schedule of when you want the purifier to turn on and turn off. So that's really good. You can put multiple schedules in there so it turns on and off multiple times during the course of a day or a week or whatever option you want to put on there. And I'll click on OK to get out of, actually back to get out of that screen. And back again. Device misbehavior alert. I like how they word stuff sometimes. But that's if there's a problem with the unit. Device notification sound. So you can tell it to not play the little beeps on it or to do the beeps. That's your option there. The light. Right now it's on bright light. And you can choose dim light or off. So whichever way you want the lights to be on the device. People who are really sensitive to a little bit of light when they're sleeping, you're going to choose off if you put this in your bedroom. So I'm going to put it back to dim light because that's where I like it. It notices where you live, and so it used your router to tell it where you lived. So it'll calibrate, has settings for where in the world you are, because there's different amounts of pollution depending on where you are. And so it'll predetermine how fast it thinks it needs to run from the start. It'll learn over time later on, as you're using it, how it needs to run. Okay, so updated that. Parental controls. So you can change this thing so that it's set up so that if somebody comes in and presses buttons on it, it won't change a thing. So they're calling it parental controls. It's basically so that, if you've got it sitting around and you've got a toddler or somebody who likes to push buttons or she likes to push buttons, they won't be able to turn it off on you by simply pushing the power buttons. Turbo mode, you press your favorite and you have it on turbo. It's going to run as fast as it can. Learn mode is on by default. And over time, as it learns when you turn it on and off, it'll start preparing for that and it'll do it automatically. And that's this automation button is next. And the automation button is if you buy other Xiaomi equipment to have sensors. You can have a motion sensors. You can put a sensor on a window. You can put a sensor on a door. So say the window opens up, because you want to let fresh air in, it'll turn the filter off so that you're not filtering the fresh air, because that's a waste of energy. And you don't need to waste electricity. So you can buy all these different sensors to interact with your purifier. Really cool. So it works for the window. You can have a motion sensor so that when a human comes into the room, the air filter turns on. When that human stops moving around, the air filter turns off. And there's more options than that you can have. You can just hit the plus sign to add those features. And then finally at the bottom, there's more settings. And so you can name your device, you can put them in groups, check for updates, firmware for it. It will probably have a firmware update when you first get it, when it's brand new. Xiaomi really likes to maintain their devices and is constantly updating things to keep them optimized. You can add shortcuts. You can click on network info so you can see exactly what IP address it's using. And if you're a network kind of guy and you want to set all those things up. So all kinds of features there. And that's the unit. I think it's got a load of great options and it works really well. The one reason I got it was because of my sinuses, my allergies. I'm allergic to my dog and I'm allergic to other things. And so I keep my bedroom door closed most of the time, and my dog's not allowed in the bedroom. But since I've got central heating in the house, I still put a filter over the register in the room, but I need this extra filter to filter the air. And it helps. It really makes a big difference. So there you go. Thanks so much for watching, for liking, for subscribing, sharing. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And thank you so much for watching. And have a great day. Bye now.